Once again, Henry stepped into the glowing cave, not knowing where his magical journey would take him this time. When he opened his eyes, he found himself in a totally different place. Towering, rugged mountains stood at the edge of a vast, golden desert. It was so hot that the sand shimmered like a pool of water, and the sun beat down mercilessly. Henry quickly realized he had to find water or he would die of thirst. Just when his throat was so dry he could swallow his tongue, a welcome sight appeared in the distance. A caravan of Arabian travelers was moving across the dunes, each one with a large pot on their head. Relief flooded through Henry as they noticed him and rode closer. They offered him cool water, sweet dates, and even a ride on their camels. Soon enough, they stopped in front of a magnificent Arabian fortress, unlike anything Henry had ever seen. The entire structure gleamed with golden statues of mythical creatures. There were bustling food markets, fragrant spices, and stalls selling rare, dry fruits under colorful tents. The fortress was truly a sight to behold. As Henry stepped out, towering Arabian guards with fierce expressions and sharp swords protected the gates. But inside, the atmosphere was completely different. Friendly faces, lively music, and laughter filled the air as people went about their daily activities. Henry spent many days helping the townspeople, working alongside them, and earning their respect and admiration. Word of his kindness reached the King Walid, and one day he was summoned to the great golden palace for an audience. The palace was a marvel with gilded walls, lavish furniture, and windows trimmed in gold. As Henry approached the throne, he noticed that despite the opulence around him, the King Walid looked troubled. "You have a kind heart and are obviously strong and brave," the king began, his voice heavy with concern. "I have a dangerous quest I must ask of you. Beyond those mountains lies a cave that no one has ever found. Legends speak of hidden treasures, flowing underground rivers, majestic animals, and priceless artifacts concealed within its depths." The King Walid's voice dropped to a whisper. "It's said that whoever finds this cave will be granted unimaginable riches and powers, but the path to it is fraught with peril, shifting sands, and treacherous paths. Many have tried and none have returned." Henry felt a mixture of fear and excitement. The thought of discovering such a legendary cave was thrilling, yet the danger was evident in the king's worried eyes. After a moment of silence, Henry replied, "I accept your request, O king. I will find the cave beyond the mountains." A glimmer of hope appeared on the king's face. "Thank you, Henry. If you succeed, the reward of gold I will give you will be beyond your wildest dreams." With that, Henry set off towards the mountain range, each step taking him further into the unknown. He had no idea what lay ahead, but his determination to succeed and the promise of untold riches spurred him forward. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the desert, Henry knew he had to make camp for the night. He prepared a small fire, gathering around it for warmth and comfort. Looking up at the star-filled sky, he realized how truly alone he was in this vast and unfamiliar wilderness. The wind whispered through the nearby mountains, carrying with it the secrets of the shifting sands and the echoes of past adventures. As the night deepened, strange sounds filled the air, from the howl of desert creatures to the rustling of unseen animals in the darkness. Each sound seemed to amplify the sense of isolation and the daunting task that lay ahead. Despite the fear that gnawed at him, Henry couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder. The desert, with its harsh beauty and untamed nature, had always held a certain allure for him. And now, under the cloak of darkness, it seemed even more mysterious and alluring. With the first rays of dawn, Henry knew he couldn't afford to waste any time. The search for the cave was just beginning, and the vastness of the desert seemed to mock his small stature. He started his journey, following a barely discernible path that led deeper into the heart of the mountains. As he walked, he noticed peculiar markings on some of the rocks, symbols that hinted at the ancient history of this place. Each step took him closer to the unknown, and the silence of the desert was broken only by the crunch of his boots on the rocky ground. The quest to find the cave was proving to be more challenging than he had anticipated. The relentless sun beat down on him, and the towering mountains loomed over him like silent giants. Henry pushed on, driven by the promise of unimaginable treasures. The thought of returning empty-handed gnawed at him, fueling his determination to succeed. Suddenly, in the distance, he spotted something that made him stop in his tracks. It looked like a faint glow emanating from between the rocks. With renewed energy, he quickened his pace, hoping that this discovery was the breakthrough he had been waiting for. As he approached, the glow seemed to intensify, and Henry's heart raced with anticipation. Could this be the entrance to the legendary cave? What secrets and treasures did it hold? The cave's entrance gaped before him, beckoning him to step inside. Taking a deep breath, Henry was about to enter the cave, when suddenly a low growl echoed from its depths. Fear tightened its grip on Henry, but curiosity and the desire for adventure outweighed his apprehension. With a determined nod, he stepped into the unknown, leaving the safety of the desert behind. And so the journey into the cave began. Don't forget to stay tuned for more exciting adventures from Henry the Explorer. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.